Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Oakland Zoo. I do hope you're all well. Thank you so much everybody for all your lovely messages about my daughter Poppy being born. Really do appreciate that. She's doing well and my girlfriend's doing well and I'm almost doing well. I can't say I'm a particularly great dad. I don't know, to be honest. I'll ask Poppy in 20 years time. But you know, we're all doing our best. There's a lot to learn, isn't there? But yeah, so far so good. Right, so where are we? We are building our big American style barn, and as somebody rightly pointed out, I've completely messed up the colouring of the roof. So I'm just going to come straight in here and sort that out. So yeah, basically the roof should be black, not red. I don't know why I thought it was meant to be red. Obviously looked up a few pictures and clearly it's meant to be black. I'm going to blame my baby brain for that. Oh, I just realised I've just done that piece as well. I didn't mean to do that. So let's get that back to white. So yeah, I'm just going to blame my lack of sleep for that error there. So I'm hoping I can copy this round and then duplicate it backwards, and it'll all just slot into place nicely. Doesn't always go according to plan, does it? But we shall see. So let's see. I want to make sure that it's the right kind of what's the word? I don't know what the word is. My mind's gone blank. You know, that's yeah, there we go. I want to make the gap here the same as the gap here. That's what I'm trying to get at. Excellent. That is looking nice, isn't it? Awesome sauce. Okay, so then I guess I need to try and get this like so. Probably, how do I want to do this? Yeah, let's go like that. Then let's do the same on this side. So there's been some good suggestions of different animals to put in here. The animals could well change over time, but at the moment I'm pretty happy with the ones I've selected. One of the main suggestions, which I would like to try and implement, would be peafowl walking around. I just don't know how I'm going to do that, but if I can, I will, because I do like them, and it would be cool if I can have them walking around. For any of you who watched my last series, Pine Valley Zoo, you'll know that we managed to get them walking around a cafe area in that zoo. So there's definitely some potential for that. But it's a case of whether the oh, hang on, how is this going to work? Yeah, it's a case of whether the no, I'm not going to do it like that. Whether what am I trying to say? Whether the barriers work or not. You know, whether they. My mind has gone blank. Honestly, don't have children, everyone. Do not have children, because you'll realise you lose your language skills. Your ability to talk just goes away. Oh dear, what am I trying to say? The barriers, basically, you've got to have it so the barriers kind of interact with each other in such a way that you can then have the peafowl out and about. Whether I can make that work or not, I don't know, but I will do my best. There we go. Basically, that is what I was trying to say. Okay, right, that top piece there is good. I'm happy with that. So that's essentially what a barn roof will look like. So I'm hoping what I can do now is just copy the whole thing like this. Let's see. Yeah, the top isn't quite matching. That's fine. I'll tell you what, that is fine. I'll go back and maneuver the top a bit so that it works. Kind of hoping it works at the back here as well. Let's see. Yeah, I don't mind that it overhangs at the back a little bit, actually. That's absolutely fine. Nice. Right. So let's get these pieces and get them duplicated back to this end. like so. And then let's just have a look at these top ones. You know, I might actually have a nice bit of overhang like that. I think that looks pretty good actually. And then let's just tidy these up. So let's just take that out a bit more at the front. Let's get that one moved in. And whoops. And then let's just fill the gap in. There we go. Right, what do we think? Well, it's big. I like it. I just want it. I'll just do that, just so it's overhanging at the front and the back. Cool. Okay, yeah, I like that. I think I can probably do some more detailing because it does look a little bit repeated, doesn't it? Unfortunately, I do wonder whether I can, you know, kind of put a few bits like this, sort of like it's been patched. Could look quite good if I can do that and then kind of colour them. Don't know. Maybe if I can, you know, like they've been patched but not repainted. Maybe. Don't know. What do we think? No, that doesn't look very good at all. It's just a shame because, oh, hang on, I need to actually delete them as well. Yeah, it does look a little bit repeated, doesn't it? Unfortunately, but that is kind of what they look like, and I think it would help if I got rid of these, but I don't think it will look right. Let me just highlight these and delete them and see what see what it looks like. I think it makes sense to keep them there, but let's have a look at the top. Obviously, I'd have to fill the gap in. Do you know what? I think it works better without, doesn't it? Yeah. Let's have a look. I think it's going to look better like that without those down beams. I don't think it needs the down beams. That's fine. Let's get rid of them all on this side as well. And then I'm going to have to try and be clever and manipulate the rest. Right, this is going to be tricky, but I will do my best. So I'm hoping if I do it like that, I should just about. Whoa, hang on, that doesn't look straight, does it? Oh, come on, you are kidding me. Why on earth is that not going to do it on a straight line? I wonder. Let's see. It's really hard to just highlight these bits. There we go. So I'm just going to unhighlight the white bits because I reckon they might be the bits that are upsetting the angle. Yes, they are. Okay. So yeah, I just want to get it like that basically, don't I? Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to delete that. Let's keep this simple. And then let's highlight this. Let's unhighlight the white bits. It's always a bit of trial and error when you're trying to create custom buildings in this way. Whoops, I didn't actually copy that, did I? That was stupid. Let's try that again. I think that's going straight, isn't it? Yeah. Unfortunately, it means it's not quite going to line up properly. Okay, that's fine. And then, yeah, I didn't think that was quite going to work. There we go. Is that? Yes, that has got all of that. Good. Okay, let's move that into place. Okay, and then, hang on, let's just get rid of that and that. Hang on, I'll do the top piece separate. Let's get these side pieces done first. Okay, so that one, and those two. Seeing as this is the big part of this whole zoo, you really want to, not the zoo, sorry, this area, you really want to try and get it right. It's hard though when you're trying to build a large building like this. It's very hard not to make it look sort of big and repeated. You know? It's never an easy thing because you want to try and add details, but it's not always as straightforward as you'd like. That does look better actually. Yeah, without the down beams, that definitely looks better. Of course, I haven't figured out how I'm doing the ends, have I? Well, I guess I'm going to have to use some more of this same wood. Actually, I'll tell you what I need to do. I need to kind of play around with this a bit. So let's get rid of that. I wonder. Yeah, see, that's not quite. It's not quite going to work, is it? What I may have to do is, let's just see if I can split them off. No, it's not quite going to work, is it? What's the easiest way of doing this? I guess if I lower the height, I can go more like that, can't I? Okay, and then what can I do in the middle here? Well, to be honest, I could just come into here. What is this piece called? Stained wood. Okay. Let's get a smaller one in the top here. Nice. Right. I bet you none of these are actually going to fit. Because obviously I custom made it all, didn't I? So it's not going to work. Not even close. Okay, I'm just going to have to kind of do what I can and then try and fill in the blanks with some off-grid pieces, if there are. Yes, there are off-grid pieces. That's good. Oh wow, look at that. That's it's not perfect, but you know what? Nothing in life is perfect, is it? You just got to try and fill in the gaps, basically, as much as you can. Ooh, how far up can I go with this one? No, that's just going to be poking out, isn't it? Okay, I can go to there, and then the same on that side, and then I can just plug these gaps here, hopefully. Right, okay, we're getting there. So what I've got to try and work out is how I can get these pieces to fill in the rest. That's the dream. So yeah, obviously it's never going to be perfect because the angle of the wood is going to be wrong. But I don't know what else I can do, to be honest. I don't know the best way of doing it, whether I probably want to hide it on the inside, don't I? something like that. I wonder if I can bring that down anymore. Now it's going to be hard to kind of fill in the gap down there. Let's see if I can bring that up to here, and then hopefully, no, I'm going to have to put a fresh one on because the angles were all custom, weren't they? So again, I just need to use that as a guide and then bring it down, bring it in, and then take it down to there. Okay. I mean, what I might have to try and do is some sort of trim around there to try and hide that, but I don't think it looks too bad, really. You know, it's a game ultimately. You know my thoughts on this sort of thing. You're never going to quite get it spot on. Just do your best, basically. That's always my philosophy in a game. As long as you enjoy it and you think the end result looks decent, then it's all good. Now, I'm not too sure if this is going to fit in. Yes, it does, just about good. Oh, hang on, no, it's still poking out the top. It needs to go down. Actually, it needs to come in as well. Don't want it showing there. It's poking through a tiny, tiny bit just here, but you know what? I'm going to let that go. I'm not going to let that bother me. Cool. Okay, that's pretty good, actually. I don't mind that at all. So what I want to try and do, if I can, is take that, swing it round, and I'm hoping it'll be a perfect fit on this side. I need to bring it in. Like so. Okay, and it needs to come out to about there, I think. Just make sure it's not poking through. There's something poking through there. I'll have a look at that in a second. What is that? Is that on this side as well? No. Is that piece? No. Tell you what I think I need to do there is just maneuver the roof a little bit. Just the tiniest bit. Yeah. Do you know what? I'm pretty happy with that, actually. I think that's looking good. Get some windows and things on there, and I don't think you'll really notice that the wood is going in a different direction. It's always the problem you've got when you're trying to do custom stuff. Right, now I've just got to try and see about copying all of this across to the far end. Okay. Right, let's turn it. Actually, let me just whack it there for a second because I've already got a few of the pieces in here, which I don't want. So, let's try that again. There we go. Right. And hopefully this will just slot perfectly in like so. Ooh, nice. I am pretty happy with that result. Right, let's see. I think our barn is looking good. I'm pretty pleased with that. So we want to put a door on. How do I do this? I'm going to have to do a custom door, I think, because there's really not going to be a thing in here that looks decent, is there? I mean, you know my opinion on doors in this game. They are not good. There's just nothing here, is there? That's quite a nice piece. I might be able to use that as part of the door. Actually, yeah, can I colour that? I can. Ooh. Right, what do we got here? I'm trying to think what these doors actually look like. I can't quite picture them if I'm being completely honest. I think actually, I think I need like a white frame. I think this needs to be red, the same red as the barn, and then have a frame that matches it, I think. So let's make this, it needs to be fairly wide, so I'm thinking maybe 3 wide. No, it needs to be wider than it is tall. So that, I'd say that sort of height. Maybe, oh, it's going to be a pain, isn't it? Maybe one more width. You know, I mean, it's a barn door at the end of the day, so it's got to be kind of big enough for carts and things to get in, hasn't it? I know that's not in the middle, but actually, do you know what I'm going to do to make this easier? I'm going to split this and have it as a separate piece. That will definitely make it easier to work with. Right, let's just bring it up and get it in the center. Okay, I think that's the center there. Bring it down. Good. It's in the right place for the public to actually walk through it. So that's good. Right. So then let's come into here. Actually, people are just walking through the side of it there, but I don't think I can do too much about that. So I want some square white pieces to create a frame. Perfect, look at that. And then how do I want to do the middle? I probably need kind of a double thing like that, I think. Let's just try and get that in the middle. And then I think I've kind of got a thought here of, yeah, this kind of thing, I think. Okay, and they're not quite central, I don't think. Let's just... Yeah, that's okay. Although I'm thinking maybe these actually potentially should be facing that way. Does that look better? I think that does look better. Except now they're not in the middle, but that's fine. Right, let's just bring that down a little bit. So it's not poking out. Okay, what do we think to that? Actually, that looks really nice. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think what I need to do actually is get these panels, make the whole thing look a bit more 3D, is actually bring these out a bit more, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that actually as a door. I mean, it's hard to make doors look like doors, unfortunately, but I do quite like that. Right, what I'll do is swing that round, get it duplicated to this end, and this end I'll have to just lift it up a bit as well, so that it kind of matches this little staircase bit here. Actually, I'll get to about there. It's not. I'll do it. I'm going to do it so it matches the staircase on this side. Obviously, the stairs aren't perfectly middle to the building, but that's fine. I'm gonna forgive myself, I think, for that. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this and make it look good, but because I don't think, yeah, there's not enough room in there to have this going flat, unfortunately. Oh no, hang on. I think I just need to, yeah, just maneuver that down so that it covers that up. Good. And then I think window wise is basically the same stuff. So I want these beams see. Something like that. Take that in just a little bit. I'm just thinking, is this... These might end up a little bit too big, but I'm not sure yet. Let's just go with it and see what happens. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I keep doing that. I keep clicking the wrong button. Here we go. Let's move that down. Right, now somehow I've got to make that look like a window. That's not easy. Let's merge them. Yeah, I like the look of it. I just can't quite see how I'm going to make this look like a window, but let's have a think. Tell you what, actually, I wonder if I can use any of this as a like to create the effect that it's open is what I'm thinking here. Obviously I need to make the window a little bit bigger if this is going to work, but I kind of like the idea of it. Let's just colour it right. Problem is, you're always going to see this behind it. Oops. Nah, it's too thick. I can't make that hollow because that's going to be way too complicated to try and hollow that out. Let's just see about whether it can be made to look a bit more 3D again, or a different colour. I mean, I can do this sort of thing maybe. And then maybe change the colour. Make it look like a different sort of shutter. Maybe something like that. Oh, why didn't that work? Hang on, what's going on here? Did that actually not place it at all? I'm sure I clicked. Right, so make it black. Hopefully get it so it's not poking out the sides. Okay, I'll just need to manipulate a little bit to get that covered up. Right, okay, so I'm thinking if I can create a thing like this so it looks, oh, hang on. Yeah, of course it's square, isn't it? It's not really what I wanted. Yeah, I want this. I want like a thin strip down the middle here is the look I'm going for. And then I might possibly see if I can. Oh yeah, that's awkward. Hang on, I need it. No, it's not gonna let me do it, is it? I wanted that duplicated the other way. Okay, that's fine. Let's do this one instead. I want to create like a little cross pattern. That's what I'm going for here. Like that. Still got to, yeah, just play with these edge pieces a bit. Try and, oops, try and get it all covered up along the sides. Let's just lower that down. Do you know what, that's not looking too bad. I quite like that actually. I can hear my baby crying, it's quite sad. I feel like I want to go out and say hello and see if I can help, which I will do in a minute. So that's cool. I really like that actually. So what I'll do, I'll copy that to this side and then over to the other side as well. And that'll be our barn looking pretty good. I'll try and do some other bits and pieces to it, but you know, as a basic design, I'm pretty happy with that. That's looking good. I'm going to leave the episode there. Short and sweet, half an hour is all I can manage at the moment. Like I say, my baby is crying. I know obviously my girlfriend is out there looking after her, but she might want her daddy. She might want to cuddle. So I'm going to go and see what I can do to help out. So thank you very much for joining me, and thank you for your understanding and patience with regards to my videos not coming out as regularly as they used to. I really do appreciate you guys supporting me and sticking around. And hopefully we can continue enjoying our Planet Zoo series. But yeah, for now, let's leave it there. So thank you so much once again, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Goodbye. See you soon.